And we're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest for the afternoon, Dr. Eslam Anan, Lecturer of Health Policy and Health Economics at Ain Chance University. Dr. Eslam, good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Ms. Angie. Hope you're doing fine.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for your time this afternoon. And what can you tell us, Doctor, about the 4th Africa Health ExCon, which was inaugurated today? And of course, this is the first ever African conference dedicated to AI, or artificial intelligence solutions in healthcare.
That's actually correct. So this year, Africa ExCon theme is actually innovation and independence.
Yes.
Whether in leveraging AI and as well as local manufacturing. Mm-hmm. So these are the two main pillars that will be discussed during the 4 days of the conference till Friday. The thing about AI and integrating the cutting edge of AI technologies, like into diagnostics, for example, will help massively in enhancing the turnaround time of the patient journey. One of the main hurdles and roadblocks in management of any disease is how to diagnose early and how to fasten the results of diagnosis and to avoid any misdiagnosis or false diagnosis.
Yes.
AI recently in all publications made massive progress in machine learning to write the reports and make it in a couple of minutes instead of a couple of days when we were waiting for reports, for example. Another thing is to make the hospitals and operations more smart. So currently we are witnessing worldwide how can we enhance the patient experience inside hospitals, enhance referrals inside hospitals, and how we can make routing and referrals between clinic to other clinic using AI and differential diagnosis as well as triage, for example. So having to migrate and technology transfer of the AI from the developed countries where they are currently using and making studies to our African continent is very important. Egypt got a very good experience in enhancing and utilizing AI recently. We've witnessed AI embedded inside a lot of presidential initiatives for health.
Yes.
Something like the breast cancer early detection presidential campaign, for example, is currently relying on AI in terms of diagnostics.
Yes.
As well, if we are talking, for example, inside the pharmaceutical sector, AI will play a very important role in dispensing and ensuring that the patients are taking the right medications, especially that worldwide there are a lot of fatalities because of misdispensing and dispensing wrong medications, drug interaction. All of these fatalities and wrong prescriptions can be avoided using AI in the future.
Absolutely. Now, Dr. Eslam, in his address, the Minister of Health and Population, Dr. Khaled Abdul Ghaffar, said that the future of health in Africa must be self-initiated by the continent itself in order to cater for its own needs, as well as check the reality on the ground, really, of the health needs and the sustainable health development in Africa. How important do you see this, grassroots level approach?
So we do have two main points here to address what Dr. Khaled Al-Ghaffar mentioned, because in Egypt, for example, we are manufacturing our own pharmaceutical products. We have 94% localized production in Egypt. We do have 2,300 production lines, around 180 manufacturing sites. And saying that, we are representing around 27% of the Africa pharmaceutical market. We're talking about a market of $23 billion US. Egypt alone represents around 6.2.
Right.
So despite we are 8% of the continent, we are 27% market share. So if we are talking about our localization portfolio in Africa,
yes,
we have Egypt, we have Morocco, South Africa. We are producing medication, but the rest of Africa, they're relying massively on exporting.
Yes.
So if we can have self-sufficiency in terms of unified procurement, which was one of the main pillars in the talk of Dr. Khaled Al-Ghaffar and Dr. Hisham State, the head of Unified Purchasing Authority, we can have by 2030 and 2040 and 2060 three different targets where we can increase and enhance, number one, localization inside the continent, and number two, the transferability of knowledge and transferability of products within the African continent itself without relying for the African countries, for example, to export from outside the continent, which will be much expensive and with more logistics in terms of time and processes.
Absolutely, Dr. Eslam. And finally, just before I let you go, of course, the Africa Health ExCon, which is a very important event, brings many practitioners from all around the African continent. And the Egyptian state said it welcomes the support of success partners, specifically in the domain of sustainable health development. How important is this as a platform for the exchange of expertise and knowledge between health practitioners?
We are talking about all the African countries. We're talking as well, we have guests from outside the African continents. Sharing experience, this is the 4th year. We are used to a lot of transferability of files between countries. We will witness many memorandums of understanding signage between the African countries themselves and between the international organizations like the WHO and so on, and the African CDC and the other African countries. So the main purpose of having this platform and too many players in one place mainly is knowledge transfer. That's number one. To make sure that we can enhance our own continent on our own. We do have our own supply and demand. We do have our processes. Number two is to have collaboration in terms of trading.
Yes.
In terms of trading, we can rely a lot on having an API, which is a pharmaceutical raw materials inside the continent. We are relying heavily on China and India in importing the APIs, the pharmaceutical ingredients. So if we do have a good manufacturing of APIs, raw materials, manufacturing, trading, and we do have currently the African Drug Authority, we do have as well unified procurement. We will be having and reaching the 3 goals that I mentioned in my previous answer to reach, which is very important, sustainability in terms of supply and demand for the African continent.
Absolutely. On that note, I'd like to thank you very much, Dr. Eslam Anan, Lecturer of Health Policy and Health Economics. It's always a pleasure to have you with us, sir, and thank you very much for your time. And ladies and gentlemen, we take a short break and we'll be back for more. Do stay tuned.